The arrivals hall at Incheon International Airport carries a particular kind of energy whenever a member of Blackpink is expected to pass through it, and on this occasion, that energy belonged entirely to Lisa. Fresh off an extended stretch of work in Los Angeles, the Thai-born performer touched down on home soil in South Korea, and within minutes, the airport corridor had transformed into something resembling a small, controlled storm of camera flashes, hushed gasps, and the unmistakable murmur of fans realizing they were standing within feet of one of the most recognized entertainers on the planet. For anyone who has followed her career over the past several years, the scene was instantly familiar, the same blend of chaos and choreography that seems to follow her wherever international travel is involved, a reminder that even the most routine logistical moments in her life now carry the weight of public spectacle. Lisa's trips between Los Angeles and Seoul have become something of a rhythm over the past several years, a transcontinental shuttle that mirrors the dual nature of her career. In LA, she moves through a world of brand meetings, studio sessions, and the kind of high-gloss American entertainment machinery that has increasingly embraced her as a global solo force, a city where she has built relationships, professional footholds, and a public profile that increasingly rivals artists who have spent decades working within that system. In Seoul, she steps back into the orbit of Blackpink, YG-adjacent commitments, and the cultural gravity of the K-pop industry that first made her a household name across Asia and beyond. Each time she crosses that distance, the airport becomes more than a transit point. It becomes a stage, whether she intends it to be one or not, a liminal space where two very different versions of stardom briefly overlap before she disappears into whichever world awaits her on the other side of customs. This particular homecoming followed what fans and industry watchers alike have described as a packed overseas schedule, the specifics of which have circulated in fragments across social media in the days leading up to her return. Whatever the exact contours of that Los Angeles itinerary, what's clear is that Lisa did not arrive looking like someone who had simply been on vacation. There was a controlled intensity to her presence, the kind that suggested work rather than rest, even if the precise nature of that work has yet to be confirmed through official channels. Airport fashion has long been one of the unofficial battlegrounds of K-pop fandom, a space where idols are judged not for choreography or vocal precision but for the effortlessness of their travel outfits, and Lisa has built a reputation as one of the genre's most reliable performers in this particular arena, someone whose airport looks frequently generate as much discussion as her actual stage performances. Photos shared by fans in the immediate aftermath of her arrival showed her moving through the terminal with the kind of composed, unbothered confidence that has become her signature, sunglasses perched, an oversized coat or tailored outerwear piece doing the heavy lifting, and a security detail forming a loose perimeter that fans nonetheless managed to slip past with their phones raised. The images, as is typical with these sightings, varied wildly in quality and angle, some crisp and clearly taken by fans with professional-grade equipment who had clearly staked out the arrivals area in advance, others blurry and shot from a distance, taken by ordinary travelers who happened to be in the wrong, or right, place at the right time. Together, they formed the kind of fragmented but comprehensive visual record that fan communities have become remarkably efficient at assembling almost in real time. The footage that emerged afterward followed a familiar pattern for any major idol airport sighting. Within what felt like minutes, clips were circulating across X, TikTok, and fan-run Instagram pages dedicated entirely to tracking her movements. Some videos captured her walking briskly toward a waiting vehicle, flanked by staff attempting to manage the crowd without appearing overtly aggressive toward the fans who had gathered. Others, shot from awkward angles through gaps in the crowd, showed brief moments of her acknowledging the cameras, a small nod here, a faint smile there, the kind of micro-interactions that fans dissect and replay for hours afterward, searching for meaning in a glance that likely meant nothing more than basic acknowledgement of being watched. Within the fandom, these tiny gestures often take on outsized significance, becoming the subject of entire threads analyzing her mood, her energy, even her physical well-being based on nothing more than a few seconds of grainy footage. What makes these airport moments so consistently significant within the Blackpink fan ecosystem isn't really about the act of arrival itself. It's about everything the arrival implies. Lisa returning to Korea after time spent in Los Angeles inevitably triggers a wave of speculation about what comes next. Is this a brief stop before heading back out for more international work? Is it tied to a group activity, a solo release, or behind-the-scenes preparation that hasn't yet gone public? Fans have become remarkably skilled at reverse engineering schedules from these fragments, cross-referencing flight sightings, staff movements, and even subtle changes in luggage or outfit choices to predict what might be coming. An airport appearance, in this sense, functions almost like a teaser trailer for whatever phase of her career is about to unfold next, a piece of evidence to be slotted into an ever-expanding timeline that fans maintain with the rigor of investigative journalists. It's also worth situating this moment within the broader context of where Lisa currently sits in her career. Over the past couple of years, she has steadily built out an identity that exists both inside and outside the Blackpink framework, an artist capable of headlining her own ventures through LLOUD, collaborating with major Western artists and brands, and commanding the kind of individual press attention once reserved almost exclusively for far more established solo stars. Every time she lands at Incheon, then takes off again days or weeks later, it's a small, visible thread in a much larger tapestry of a career that increasingly straddles two industries, two fan bases, and two very different definitions of stardom. Western audiences have come to know her through award show appearances, fashion campaigns, and crossover collaborations, while her home base of K-pop fans continues to track her with the intensity reserved for someone who, regardless of how global she becomes, remains fundamentally one of theirs. This dual identity has, in many ways, become one of the defining narratives of her solo career, the tension and balance between two industries that operate on completely different rhythms, expectations, and standards of fame. The reaction online following this particular arrival followed the now familiar script. Compilation videos began appearing within hours, stitched together from dozens of different fan-shot clips, often layered with dramatic music and slowed-down replays of her walking through the terminal. Comment sections filled with the usual mixture of admiration for her styling, speculation about her schedule, and the occasional debate about whether the crowd had gotten too close or whether security had handled the moment appropriately. These debates, while sometimes contentious, are themselves part of the ecosystem now, a reflection of just how much scrutiny and care surrounds even the most mundane logistical moments in the life of someone at Lisa's level of fame. Fan accounts dedicated specifically to airport sightings have grown into entire micro-industries within the broader fandom, with some accounts amassing hundreds of thousands of followers purely from documenting these brief, fleeting moments of transit. There's also a quieter, more human dimension to these airport returns that often gets lost in the noise of fan cams and trending hashtags. International schedules of the kind Lisa has been maintaining, bouncing between time zones, juggling commitments across continents, carry a real physical and mental toll, regardless of how composed someone appears while walking through customs. The contrast between the polished, camera-ready version of Lisa captured in these airport photos and whatever fatigue or jet lag might exist beneath that exterior is a tension that fans rarely dwell on, but that industry observers have increasingly started to acknowledge as part of the broader conversation about the demands placed on idols operating at this scale. A homecoming, even a brief one, likely represents not just a professional waypoint but a genuine moment of returning to some semblance of routine, even if that routine is interrupted almost immediately by waiting cameras and the next item on an already crowded calendar. The relentless pace of an international solo career, layered on top of ongoing group obligations, is rarely discussed in the breathless commentary that accompanies these sightings, even though it arguably shapes far more of what fans are actually witnessing than any single outfit choice or facial expression ever could. For now, the specifics of what brought Lisa to Los Angeles and what awaits her next in Seoul remain the subject of fan speculation rather than confirmed detail. What's certain is that her arrival at Incheon once again demonstrated the sheer magnetism she carries even in the most unglamorous of settings, an airport terminal stripped of stage lighting, choreography, or curated promotional content. The photos and videos fans captured will likely circulate for days, dissected frame by frame, debated in comment sections, and folded into the larger ongoing narrative that Blinks and casual observers alike continue to build around her every move. Whether this return marks the quiet beginning of something new or simply a brief pause between obligations, it has already done what these moments always do. It has reminded everyone watching that Lisa, whether stepping off a stage in Los Angeles or stepping off a plane in Incheon, remains one of the most closely watched figures in global pop culture, someone for whom even the act of walking through an airport terminal becomes, almost against her will, a piece of public performance in its own
Right.